Here are the controls of your new Skoda Kodiaq. So you can lock and unlock the car the same way that you can with your current Skoda, and then you've got the door handle keyless entry, so you just touch the back of the handle, the door mirrors fold in, and you know the car's locked. To open the door, grab the handle once for one door and twice, which will do all of the doors and the boot. You can set the height of the boot by pressing the button on the inside, stopping it where you want it. Press and hold until you hear the little beeps, and then every time you shut and then open back up, it will only open to where you've stored. And to override, to get the full height, you just push it back up, press and hold the button again until you hear the beeps, and that will store. And you can press the button to shut the boot, and as long as you're close to the boot, you can use the key fob by pressing and holding the button, or you can use the button on the inside of the driver's door. So your electric seats, the flat one is forwards, back, up and down, and you can angle the seat to give more support as well under your legs. Then you've got your back angle, and you've got lumbar support, so 2 will push out and 2 pull back in. Once you've set your seat in the position you want, press and hold the set button for a second, then press the number until you hear the beep, and then if somebody does move your seat when you get in, you just press and keep your finger on the button and it will take you back to your stored position. So you've got automatic lights with this one, and your fog lights you pull out once for your front, twice for your rear. Then you've got your button on the inside of the driver's door to open and close your boot. You've got the start-stop ignition rather than turning the key. So you have your foot on the brake, press and hold the button, and that will start the car. If you just want the ignition on, don't touch the brake, and then press the button and everything will start up on the ignition. You've got your electric heated power fold door mirrors, and also your electric windows all round. You've got a little bit of storage under your right knee. You've also got your one-handed bottle openers, somewhere to put your key, coin and card slots, somewhere to put your 12-volt amp cap. You can flip it over and have a mat, or you can take it out and have a huge cubbyhole. And of course your armrests will pull forward, and you've got different heights, or you can lift it up a bit further and it will go back down. You've also got storage in front of the gear lever, which has got your USB charge point and your 12-volt amp cap, extra storage. And then you've got your 2 glove boxes, one on the top and one on the bottom. So you've got your automatic wipers, and you can control the speed of the wipers on the top here, or you can override it by pushing it up for normal and fast speed, pushing away still does your rear wiper and your water, and pull towards you as your jets at the front. Now we've got your indicators and your full beam, or pull towards is your flash. Flip the switch on the top, which will turn on your cruise control. Get to the speed you want and press set, and you can increase or decrease the speed. You can temporarily cancel it and then resume. Or if you want to switch over then to the speed limiter, you continue to drive with your foot on the accelerator, it just won't let you go over it. And of course if you turn it off and on again, you always have to start by pressing set. And you've actually got the automatic full beam on this model, so if you see that symbol down there, the car will automatically turn your full beam on and off for you. So if you push it away, it turns it off. Pull it towards is just a flash. Push it away again, that will turn it on. Trip computer, pretty similar to what you've had previously, so you scroll up or down for all your different pieces of information in your eye line, and then you've got your 3 trips, so you press in your scroll button to go from since start, long term, and since refuel. You've got your AdBlue range in there as well, because this car has got the AdBlue tanking. So as you can see, there's a good 8,000 miles of range that's needed before you need to fill up the AdBlue. It will give you little counters counting down when you get to certain stages, and you do not want to let AdBlue get to 0 because the car will not start. And if you don't want your trip computer information, you can go into your menu button and then pick and choose what you do want to see on your front screen. Your assistance systems button shows you've got lane assist, and then you just push in if you want that on, which will come up down here. If that's green, it means it's detected the white lines, and ultimately it will help keep the car in the lane. Great if you're doing long journeys, it stops you from going over the white lines. If you don't want the lane assist on, you can switch it back off again, or indicate if you are overtaking something. And then if you go back in, you can literally just press in the scroll button and that will turn it off. And you've got your blind spot detection system. So as you'll see in the eye line there, it just highlights a nice amber glow when anything's getting close to stop you from pulling out on anyone. Rear traffic alerts, that's quite handy. The first time it happened with me, it's very, very good, to be fair. When you're reversing, if there was anything there that wasn't picked up, the car would actually brake for you to stop you from ultimately hitting anything, which is very clever. And then, of course, you've got the front assist again, which is the safety feature on the front of the bumper, which will brake the car again in the event of anything shooting out in front of the vehicle. Kodiaqs are all electric handbrakes now, so you never need to turn it off, you just drive. If you do want to turn it off, you have to have your foot on the brake, and then you press it down. And then once you've reached your destination, you can lift it up. But ultimately, as soon as you switch the engine off, that will apply. While you're driving around, make sure that's highlighted. That is absolutely brilliant with the automatics. When you come to a junction and you've stopped the car, your foot's on the brake, instead of your foot having to sit on the brake, if that's green, then you can take your foot off the brake and the car will not move until you accelerate off. Always best to switch it off for parking though, and you'll find out why. But while you're moving about, have it on, it's great. Traction control will always be on unless you switch it off. That's just going to help you get the best stability of the car on the road. And then, of course, you've got your off mode button as well, which will bring up the different dials that you can pick and choose from, depending on what information that you're interested in. And ultimately, the 4x4 design will kick in as and when needed, rather than permanently being in four-wheel drive mode. And of course we've got your rear parking sensors, which will pop up on the dash there for you, so you'll be able to hear it as well, seeing a graph. And you've got your drive and sport mode, and you'll always know which gear you're in because it tells you in the top. And you've got your manual mode, going up the gears or down the gears. Your dual zone climate control, so of course you've got your different temperature for driver and passenger. Sync allows you to control everything yourself in the car. Middle one's your fan speed, where you want it directed. The recirculation, your heated front seats on the two fronts, your aircon. Auto takes it away from where you've directed it to and sends it where it thinks it needs to go. Put your aircon on. Heated rear screen and a maximum blast up your front. And when you've stopped the car, if the heater's nice and warm, you press this button once you've got out of the car and the engine's off, and it will continue to kick the heat into the vehicle. So if you're only doing a short journey into a shop, it will keep the cabin nice and toasty for your return. Your menu button will then also allow you to control all of your heater system on the front screen. So if we go into manual, middle button, you've got your fans, or you can press them. You've got your temperature settings, different temperature, syncing back on again, and where you want it directed to. So you've got your start-stop system, which all modern cars have got now, so that will switch the engine off if the car's got enough power to turn itself back on. Your hazards are in the middle, your door lock and unlock, and your passenger airbag, which will let you know whether that is on or off. If you do want to switch it off, you open up the passenger door, and just on the inside of this piece of trim here, you'll see a keyhole. So you just pop the key in, twist it round, and turn the airbag off. Or of course, when you do need it, just make sure that it is switched back on. In your glove box, you do have your 2 SD card readers and a SIM card slot, and one of the last models that's got the CD player as well. So your SD card reader is for music, and your SIM card slot, you can buy a prepaid data SIM, which when you pop that in there, if anybody in the car wants to use the internet, they can pull the data from the SIM card rather than the data from your phone. Then we've got your lovely stereo system, which is nicely laid out now with beautifully designed pictures for each section. You've got a couple at the top here, so home will do a split screen for you. You can pick and choose what you want in here. And of course you've got your radio, station list. You've got different areas to choose from. So you've got all of these different menus to go into. So you just slide down. Once you've found one that you like, you press the back arrow button, either override it on one of these or go into an empty, press and hold till the logo appears, and that's stored. Some do have pictures on them, some don't. Don't panic, that is quite normal. Your Bluetooth. So turn your Bluetooth on your phone, make sure it's visible if it's not an iPhone. And then search for Skoda BT6587. Once you've selected that, just follow the instructions on the screen, allow your contacts, and some networks will allow text messages as well. Once you've done that, you'll then have, a bit like the radio, you'll have 2 pages of these boxes to store all of your favourite contacts. So you'll just press a box, search for your favourite contact, and it will pop into the box so that when you are driving, if you want to ring someone, you just press phone, press the square of the person that you want to dial, and it will ring. Your vehicle, so you've got what's going on with the car, your tyre pressure loss indicator, your off-road dials depending on what you want on the front screen, what you're using fuel-wise, how efficient your driving is, and then back to what's going on with the car. So your settings, this is where you can change and tailor how you want the car to perform and work with you. So you can change the tone of your parking sensors and the volume, your opening and closing, your information you see in your eye line. You can pick and choose what you want to see. Time and date, nice and easy. That'll do it all for you. So you just click for summer, unclick for winter. Media is what you're listening to. So it's either music off your SD card, your CD player, your USB stick, or music off your phone. Skoda Connect, it's only free for a first year on a brand new car. It is something that you can purchase. There's more information on Skoda's own website. You can get certain features that you can use on the vehicle through your phone or computer, from where you've parked the car to area notifications, speed notifications if somebody else is driving the vehicle, to honk and flash, and petrol prices, as well as who they are and where they are. So if you do want any more information on that, just let me know and I'll be happy to send you the information. Your sat nav, so you can move the screen around, zoom in or out, and then re-centralise. Go into new destinations. It will always put in the previous destination, so I'll delete all of these shortly. But go into city. Then if you know the area, you can go straight into postcode, or you can put in the city. Okay, street name. Okay, number. But if I go postcode, WR24SF, then hit start.
The routes are being calculated.
It'll ask you for 3 choices: most efficient, fastest, or shortest distance.
Please select a route.
Once you've selected it, it will then pop up in your eye line telling you the mileage and the time that you're going to reach your destination as well. Then you can go into your previous destinations, points of interests. So if you've got car parks or petrol station or restaurants you want to go to, If you're going to congestion ahead, this is very clever. If you're doing a long journey and you don't want to hit any traffic, you can set how long it will check, how many miles it will check for on your journey. And if there is any traffic, it will divert you away and then put you back onto your route.
The route is being calculated.
And then you stop the route guidance if you want to cancel anything off. Live traffic message center. So if you are going anywhere and you want to check the traffic before you go, you can have a little look on the map and then use the letters that are on there to have a look to see where the traffic is, so then you can actually judge whether or not to use the congestion ahead on your sat nav. SmartLink, so you can plug your phone in using the original cable that come with your phone to utilise certain apps off your phone on the dash. Some phones are different, whether it's from an iPhone, an Android or a Windows. The biggest one that you can get is your Google Maps. You can also get podcasts with iPhones, Spotify. I believe they're now adding in WhatsApp, text message, the use of your phone and your music as well. And that's all. Say it must be an original cable that come with the vehicle to use that. But with this model, you probably find you've got everything that you need on here. Media commands, so you can actually allow somebody to control certain features in the car using an iPad that's connected to the internet, which I'll go through with you in a moment. You can have a slideshow of your favourite photos, only when stationary. Sound settings, your air conditioning, which you can get in by pressing menu, and all of your system settings. So this is where, if you did want to turn the car into a hotspot, turn the hotspot on, and then everybody would be able to use it, as long as obviously you've got your SIM card in there. Then you've got your Wi-Fi settings. So it will bring up all of these. So if you've got your SIM card in, then it will pull the SIM card up, so you'll be able to go in and put the code in and then utilise all of the devices that you want to use with the internet. And there we go. And then you've got this little hand down here, which is gesture control. So if you don't want to touch the screen, if it's got a little hand, you can swipe your hand past the stereo. There's a knack to it. And then the screen will move. So it's just as quick to move it from side to side. It's handy to pop one of those little microfiber cloths in your glove box, because it is glass. If you don't like little fingerprints all over the screen, then you can just use the microfiber cloth to protect it and stop it from getting scratched. I hope you found this useful, and